Today we are going to talk about foot placement on the foil board. Let's go. Thanks so much for joining us. Today we have an exciting video. We are going to talk about foot placement on a foil board. Now this can relate to any type of foiling, wing foiling, sub foiling, surf foiling, you name it. So it's a very important aspect that's going to help you take your level up. So first, let's talk about Wing Foil Pro Center. Everybody that's been supporting us through wingfoilprocenter.com, thank you so much. Our shop and school. If you are in Florida and want lesson, reach out to us. We can help you with that. And all of the gear that we feature on the channel is available at wingfoilprocenter.com. But let's get on with today's video. I've had a few lessons this week, 2 lessons in particular, back-to-back, wing foiling and downwind sub foiling, where it highlighted the same issue, which was foot placement on the board. So I decided let's make a video because I think it's a common issue that can really be easily fixed if we explain it properly. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. We talked about it before. Narrowing your stance is going to help you because foiling is very sensitive. It's very fine-tuning. So if you can narrow your stance over the sweet spot, it's just going to make it that much better. It doesn't need much input. So if you have a powerful stance, let's say like surfing, it's going to be a lot of like forward and back movement that the foil doesn't really need. So the key is to find the sweet spot, reduce your stance over the sweet spot. Now, what is that spot? And the tricky part is that it's not going to be the same whether you are on the takeoff phase or whether you are foiling, up on foil cruising. So that's why we see a lot of mistakes, is because that takeoff phase is going to screw up your foot placement, and then once you're up on foil, you are off. When you are board on the water, obviously the sweet spot is more dictated by your board shape, your volume distribution. You just want your board to be about level. You don't want the nose to shoot up. You don't want to dig in the nose. But at the takeoff phase, the tricky part is as soon as you hit that speed, the stall speed, that foil is going to want to rise. So you're going to feel a lot more pressure on your front foot, and that's where a common mistake would be to be bringing my front foot forward to counter this pressure. Now the problem is, and you are right when you want to counter this pressure and keep the nose down, but the problem is if you bring your front foot too far forward, as soon as you are up, you're going to find yourself shifting back and now over your back foot because that front foot is too far forward to put any pressure on it. If you would put pressure on it, the nose would go down. So the key is to have your front foot as far back as it can be, to the point where in the takeoff phase, the nose, you feel a lot of pressure. It's going to feel like you really have to shift forward. That hip is going to have to be over the front foot to counter that extra pressure on the front foot so you can keep your board level. But as soon as you pick up speed and you are finally flying, you're going to find your hip shifting back, and now you have about equal pressure over your front and your back foot. That is key. So it's going to come with trial and error, but go out there and try to see how far back my front foot can be so that at the takeoff phase, I'm really over that front foot. A good image here that I'm going to show you is takeoff with a paddle, but it's the same thing with a wing where you are about a very slow speed, your foil is angled up, you are about to stall, you have to have your hip over the front foot. This image shows it perfectly where that hip is really over the front foot. With this board angle, you can't really put any pressure on the back foot, otherwise for sure you would make the foil stall. So, but as soon as, so it feels like, why don't you put your front foot further forward? Well, as soon as you're going to be up on foil, that front foot position is going to be too far forward and you won't be able to have any pressure on it. So that's the feeling you are looking for. Trying to keep your front foot as far back as it can be. Takeoff, it's gonna feel a lot of like hip over the front foot to counter that stall speed, to keep the nose down, to be able to pick up speed. If you don't keep the nose down, you're not gonna be able to keep up to pick up speed. Once you have speed, that hip can move back, distributing your weight equally between front and back foot, and now you are flying and you feel comfortable. A feedback that you can have when you are riding is if you feel like you are like cruising and your back leg is like burning, you are over your back leg, and now you need to shift that front foot back so you can distribute evenly your weight. The goal is really to be pretty even front foot, back foot pressure when I'm just cruising, and if I can have that, I'm in a good position. Now, all it needs to go up and down. From there, once you are evenly distributed front foot, back foot over the sweet spot, all it's going to take is that hip to move forward and back to go up and down. It's not going to take really front foot, back foot. In your mind, just think hip, forward and back. That's going to be enough of an input to go up and down with your foil. But if that front foot is way forward, that's not going to work, because as soon as you're going to put weight over the front, it's going to be too much and it's going to dig in. So try to find how far back can your front foot be with really that feeling of like hip over the front at takeoff, even weight distribution when flying. That is the goal. I hope this video is going to help you in your foiling journey. Drop your comments if there is something that you feel that could have been explained better. If you have had like a click moment, where a breakthrough moment, share it with us. The goal is really, we have this community and we are helping each other. So any tip for anybody is going to be helpful. Thank you so much. Go out there and just let us know how it goes. On that note, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.